If you had a shred of self-respect, you'd hand that book in.
Not bloody likely. He's top of the class. He's even better than you, Hermione. Slughorn thinks he's a genius.
The Gryffindor Common Room, one of the oldest sets here at Leavesden. It was one of the very first to be built, and in its long history, this place has never been dusted to maintain its authenticity. Now, if you ever got bored between takes on Harry Potter, which I'm sure was unlikely, you could always entertain yourself by picking up one of these comics that were put on set, written specifically for the movie, and have a quick read. This particular one is The Adventures of Martin Miggs, the Mad Muggle. So it's been a long day so far. I think I'm going to just pop upstairs to the dormitory, have a quick nap. Strange, you know, I feel like I've been here before. Hello. Just having a little nap, busy day here, getting my head down in none other than the Gryffindor dormitory. This is actually Ron Weasley's bed, so by getting under the covers, I can now legitimately say forevermore, I have shared a bed with Ron Weasley.
Spiders, they want me to tap dance. I don't want to tap dance.
You tell those spiders, Ron.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell.
Rupert's right because his comic timing is perfection. I mean, he's just naturally always, I mean, since I first met him, like, just incredibly funny. In such a charming way.
Ah, Harry, my boy, I was beginning to worry. We brought someone with us, I see.
Ron Weasley, sir. But I'm dead awful at potions. A menace, actually, so I'm probably just gonna...
Nonsense. We'll sort you out. Any friend of Harry's is a friend of mine. Get your books out.
I'm here with Stephanie McMillan, the set dresser for Harry Potter. And what a world you've created. I mean, how big a task was it to create something that is sort of such a multi-layered, immersive world?
Everything we needed, like 400 feet of oak table in the Great Hall, 800 feet of benches. You can't hire those, so they had to be designed and made.
And one of the things that I find myself saying again and again as I walk around the sets today is attention to detail, because, I mean, the level you've gone to...
I suppose it's just getting immersed in the world, always referring back to the books, which is brilliant, you know, guides. So just taking things slightly to an extreme. Oh, what should that be like? Let's see what she says.
All the different things that you've put in these potion jars. I mean, where do you find them? Where do you go out to sort of find, well, whatever that is?
In every case, the prop buyer would go out and we'd say, you know, get the things that look as nasty as possible. So it's just imagination, isn't it?
I guess when the cast were younger, they must have been in awe of some of these places they were walking into.
I think probably the Yule Ball sort of knocked them out a bit, because I'm not so sure that they rehearsed in it before it was finished, and that was a very long procedure of dressing it and construction, and we changed all the gargoyles and, you know, making the whole thing silver.
I guess for most films, you create this set, you create this world, and then that's it, the film finishes and it's gone, and yet now these sets have an opportunity to live on.
It is an amazing opportunity to, you know, get everything out of wraps and do something in a sort of permanent way. And certainly the real Harry Potter fans, I think, will find a lot to interest them.
Ah, Harry, you got my message? Come in. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
So here we are in Dumbledore's office. Now, obviously, this office changed hands towards the later films, but this has been dressed as Dumbledore had it during his period as Hogwarts headmaster. And what you really get a sense of here is the level of detail on these sets. Each of these books, which used to be phone directories, have their own titles. We've got Unforgivable Curses and their legal implications, The Dark Arts, a legal companion, and right here, the original Sorting Hat. So what house would you have put me in? Yeah, I disagree. Over here, Dumbledore's desk. And I've been given a special treat. I'm going to be able to sit in the great man's chair. Let's take a look at what he was reading last. Ooh. How to Keep Your Beard Looking Healthy.
Enough chit-chat. You must be wondering why I summoned you here tonight. The answer lies here.
So Harry Potter fans will of course recognise this. Yes, the cabinet where the vials of memories were kept. But where were they used for an extra 5 points? You've got about 3 seconds to answer. I'm going to show you. They're, of course, used in here. The pensieve. Shall we take a look? See what's going on? Wow! Smells of polish.
What you are looking at are memories. In this case, pertaining to one individual, Voldemort. Or as he was known then, Tom Riddle. This vial contains the most particular memory of the day I first met him. I'd like you to see it, if you would.
We were filming, September 29th, 2000 was the first day of principal photography on the first film, and I didn't look that up, I did remember that. And yeah, I think Audley Harrison had recently won the gold medal. Like, that's a distinct memory I have of that day, was the Olympics were on at the same time, and then I went on set and Robbie Coltrane was in the scene, me, Rupert and Emma, and about 150 extras. And it was, yeah, it was quite intimidating. And I remember I was doing the extras being, quite smart and on it. We're all asking for our autographs. And so we were doing some, and I was writing my name in full. And David Heyman, our producer, said to me, Dan, your signature's way too long. You can't spend the next 10 years writing Daniel Radcliffe, write DJR or something like that. Which I said I ignored, and it's the one piece of advice I really should have taken.
One of my favourite scenes, and it's a very popular scene in the movie, is the kiss between Ron and Hermione. It's such a beautiful moment. And there's a little look between the two of them after that kiss, which is very special. And we were torn about whether or not we should leave it in or take it out, because it's just a moment of those two actors acknowledging each other and what they've just done. And we kind of left it in to a certain extent, because we enjoyed it so much. It's remarkable now how you can extend environments and make them feel very, very real. And in creature effects, what's been remarkable is that the detail of skin and hair and has improved dramatically over the last few years.
The Creature Effects Workshop is the hive of activity at the studios, where the creatures who inhabit the world of Harry Potter are reimagined and brought to life from page to screen.
Okay, favourite creature you have ever created? What's the one that you're most proud of?
In 10 years in Harry Potter, I think the hippogriff as a complete animal was an absolute joy to construct, and very, very difficult, and not without moments of sheer despair. I loved Aragog the spider, because, you know, when I read the script and it's like, giant spider, 18-foot leg span, climbs out of hole, delivers dialogue, and you're saying, yes, let's do that. You know, so things like that were great. The dragons, I mean, John Richardson, the special effects supervisor, put a flamethrower into our dragon so it could throw balls of liquid propane about 40 feet at night. And you just stood there and watched that. It's just a wonderful thing to be involved with.
We've got a couple of, I'm guessing, and you can correct me at any time if I'm wrong, these are goblins from Gringotts Bank?
That would be right.
Yes! You probably don't remember, don't you, that I showed you to your vault the first time you came to Gringotts? Even amongst goblins, you're famous, Harry Potter.
A lot of the time I read the screen directions and, you know, this happens, that happens. I think, how on earth are they going to achieve this? You know, why did they write this? It's so hard to do. And then you get on there and they've broken the sequence down into tiny little segments and you shoot them all little piece at a time and then they put it all together. And, you know, for me, it's very gratifying going to the cinema and seeing it all come together. The Gringotts minecart sequence from Deathly Hallows is an example that, you know, how many little segments we did that in and how amazing it looks in the finished movie.
What is that grip hook?
The legacy is extraordinary because originally, you know, these books were read from parent to child, and as those children grow up, they'll read it to their children, and now people will be able to relive the journeys again and again and again. So it's clear that it's now part of our cultural landscape and has been for some time.
Will you stop eating? Your best friend is missing.
And that is just a little taste of what you can expect when the Warner Brothers Studio Tour London, the making of Harry Potter, opens its doors very soon. But for us, that's it. However, where better to end this little mini tour than right here in the Great Hall of Hogwarts, the focal point of Harry's life for so many years. If you listen closely, it still echoes with all the magic, mischief, and of course mayhem that took place on this spot. But for us, it is goodbye, and yet, while the movies have finished, the magic, at least within these walls, still lives on.
Now, off to bed. Pip, pip.